very first time in his little work shirt and everything, and going 0-2 as Ness. And now he is honestly a little bit of a formidable foe, especially in the early pools.
Look how cute his hair looks today. He's given, like, with the cardigan, he's given a little bit of Markiplier to me.
Yo, big Mustard fan. He just looks like someone you can just vibe with at like 2 a.m. in the streets of New York. And
he's
he
asking
really is.
questions too. Like he'll be like, Steelix, play with me, and then it'll be like, it's like that interaction. What would I have done differently there?
Yes.
Mid-game every time. I'm
He's
like,
a learner.
He's a learner, and he doesn't hate himself. And I'm like,
Yes,
that is a
he
crazy
does.
combination. It's like normally you're a learner, you're like, I hate myself, I need to get better, and if I hate myself too much, I get overloaded. He's like, no, I just get better. That's it.
Exactly. Like oh my, Mustard's just vibe is so good. Now we're going back to the whole, you know, this is Arcadian. Lots of people are coming out saying that I personally have not seen at a New York local, that being when BrookLAN was BrookLAN Brawls, Xeno Weekly, Waypoint Warriors, Encore one account upstate. I have never seen KHam in my life. Have you by chance?
No, I have no idea.
I feel better.
And we still haven't seen KHam in our lives, apparently.
Yeah, we still.
Shout out to whoever the fuck that is. In the lower right.
We still haven't seen KHam, but KHam is coming.
I wonder what they're listening to.
KHam? Okay.
I like KHam.
I like KHam a lot too. A little more different.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, it's been a very eventful date today. Again, it's Arcadian. You never really know who's gonna be on top. No one's really seeded properly unless they are a little bit more of a notable player, but just falling slightly below honorable mention on PR. So it's like figures like that I think of are people like Petmung, people like Baby Reze. I mean, these guys who have been coming to locals and making some upsets, you know, John Numbers, for example, some good upsets, but they're not ranked, so they come to Arcadians and understandably they have some better seeding. But most of the time, it's kind of just like, I don't want you to play who you played last week, so like, there's a conflict resolved. Seeding is kind of whatever. Don't complain. It's an Arcadian. You're an O-Tour. You know?
Yeah. Wait, you know who else I think is in bracket is EJJ?
Yes, EJ. Oh!
That's another favorite for me, and like that's a top 3 placer.
Yep, big EJJ fan.
Huge come up this year.
Oh yes.
Like really improved in a lot of ways.
I will only say this: shout out to Jaren does coaching. That's EJJ's coach. You have been doing an amazing job, bestie.
I've never heard of Jaren coaching.
Jaren is used to be a player, goes to NYU, and mostly has gone to the commentators as coaching route. Just to like the schedule, like, their scheduling and stuff.
Jaren?
Yeah, Jaren.
Okay.
Jaren exclamation point. If we be specific.
Look at all the damn turnover at NYU. I can't keep up with them. Who was they lost that Robin player, and then they lost the Chief player. Oh, he's back?
I believe. No. I'm thinking of a different Robin player. I'm thinking of a different Robin player who happened to come back, but I know who you're talking about. And
is it Make?
Make is here today, yes. In bracket, I'm not entirely sure.
It was Make NYU. No, Rhythm was the...
Rhythm was NYU, and so was Obwan, I believe. And Obwan moved away. I believe so, yeah.
I liked Obwan.
I loved Obwan. Oh, my God.
Obwan Wii Fit? No.
Yes.
Wait, yeah.
Yellow Wii Fit. Specifically yellow Wii Fit. Not
he
green.
He was such a sweet... No, I remember.
He's such a sweet guy.
I came back to my first Xeno in like 2 years, and I was seated low because no one knew I was decent. And he was like, I was like, yeah, it's my first like tournament in 2 years. And he was like, oh, that's so great. Like, well, this will be fun. And then I really knew that matchup, and he was like, that was crazy. You should have been seated higher, but I hope you win. He was just such a sweetheart.
One of my favorite things about Obwan is that, like, at the end of the day, he has a wife, and he gets to go home to her. Yes, they got married last year.
I need that. I need him government subsidized. That's the type of moral support we need.
I really do miss his vibe a lot, but finally we are seeing who KHam is.
Yeah.
KHam, I like KHam a lot. So
sick sleeveless hoodie action going on.
In this cold too? Okay, you got it.
Just like the kid in middle school was like, nah, it's shorts every day. I don't care that we're
I had one
in
of
Boston.
Those. I had one of those. To be fair, I was in Florida, but the cold in Florida is like, here is kind of more dry.
Yeah,
but
humid cold.
It's a humid cold, and that sticks to you. That's why I think Florida cold is like a different kind of cold. Not in like a bad way, it's just sticky and wet, and I hate it.
Yeah.
But what I don't hate, like you're saying, we're seeing some characters, and I'm seeing a Mewtwo against a Ness.
Yeah, we got shorts in the winter kid going with Mewtwo. I'm excited to see some Mewtwo. Who do we have? I guess the last one we had was Zenkai. We haven't. justifiably haven't heard from them for a little bit.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
but I am interested to see what Mewtwo can do right now.
I mean, we all know Mewtwo is kind of that glass cannon kind of vibe, but Ness brings so much mobility, so much like to match up Mewtwo's mobility as well. The fluidness factor is there as well. I mean, this should be a relatively close game given the circumstances, but what Ness has is that PK Fire, he has PK Flash, PK Thunder for great recovery mix-ups. There's a back throw, very strong back throw in the game. Not going to be able to do much though, as KHam is still going up. The up smash is not going to connect either way.
Yeah, it is very interesting that they both play on the same playing field of like floaty, high aerial mobility, you know, delayed double jump, all kinds of shenanigans to delay getting to the ground. So it's fun. Like, I like that they're playing on the same playing field. It makes it interesting to watch. Yeah,
for sure. And even though we're talking about the same playing field, it is going to be Mustard who is up about 33% and counting as we start to edge guard the magnet to maybe absorb a Shadow Flare, but Shadow Ball. Thankfully,
you can never tell how disjointed that tail's going to be.
Oh, we know. Oh, Mewtwo tail, we have don't know about it for years now. Big up smash on the neutral, get up from the ledge. I think KHam thought the iframes were long enough to withstand that, but unfortunately mistimed it.
All right, let's see if he can get something going at the ledge here. Like, I don't know, he's been pretty solidly in control. And he put on a pretty solid percent. He's not letting him get back to center stage. He's controlling it really well right now.
I agree. Mustard is doing a great job of just controlling the space around him. And look at this, continuously setting up Ness's advantage state, which is that edge guard, but big F-tail coming in from KHam to make sure that tail does help out.
It was an important TP to get back to center stage there. Yeah, he was getting kept at the ledge, like, you know, pretty severely by Mustard. His ledge trapping was netting him a lot of percent.
Oh, big rapid job. I mean, may I say. Gotta wear some Mustard in order to realize that we don't have to stay in the raptor that long. Big tech on the side of the stage, excellent. But the free fall gonna actually not be punished at all by Mustard.
Can I also get T-Sizzle and Dark Slayer?
Oh,
that's gonna take it another big stock. Mustard's been pretty solidly in control after that first stock.
I mean, it's been the grinding, the constant asking of questions, the constant understanding, what do I do in this matchup as Ness? What does this character do against me very well that I can negate? And finally, a little bit of a wake-up from KHam as we get this edge guards going in his favor instead. Finally, Mustard can get back on center stage, but the F-tilt from the tail going to be coming in clutch for KHam to regain this pressure, but that PK Fire interrupts that into the F-smash.
Yeah, we saw KHam have an opportunity. Oh no. Maybe he burned his jump before that tech opportunity, but yeah. We saw KHam have some opportunities to get like a ledge trap going, and he was throwing out some weird options. He was throwing out a lot of special moves. He wasn't really waiting for anything to happen. It was just like, all right, I'm going to throw a down B. I'm going to throw a side B. He was swinging. He wasn't waiting at all. And Mustard was waiting.
Oh,
and
he was
that's the difference maker in this game, especially in this meta right now.
Oh yeah, first. I mean, like, the meta, even though it's been 5, almost 6 years since Ultimate came out,
I mean, it gets more defensive.
It only develops more and more as the time goes on, and it's so different from like this level of the arcade game where you have a collective of 0 tours, 1 tours, and 2 tours duking it out versus the top level. I mean, the meta is so ever-changing within 2 separate divisions, and then they mingle beautifully when they do mix in regular bracket. And I think Mustard is just taking that into his own mental state and knowing that he knows what to do in the kind of floaty matchup that he has to follow, because usually it's only Ness who's the floaty one, but this time he's doing a great job at matching that that vibe and energy. Okay, Mustard.
Let's see if we could do anything at the ledge here.
Yeah, but I say Mustard this time on the ledge. This time.
Oh, he managed to get the 2-frame this time. Okay, so we're seeing a little bit of action at the ledge.
Very interesting that we go over a small battlefield, a little more close quarters, and I think KHam doesn't want Mustard to really enforce the airspace. He wants to force him to come much closer to Mewtwo, where Mewtwo can actually get something started. Big heals from the magnetic off this the Shadow Ball, but not going to be doing too much as Mustard tries to bring it back a little bit more in his favor as he has to get the stock going now or never.
Hey, you're totally right. I think this is going to work a lot better for KHam. He wants to play a little bit more aggressively. Like, Mustard would really post up and wait for him to do something, and that's a lot harder when you have less space. Like, Mewtwo's fast in the air. He's going to get there. He's going to throw out some attacks. He's going to challenge him in the air. So Mustard has less of an opportunity to really set up shop.
Oh, wow.
It's a second stock with a down smash. And he's taunting. Look
and
at
the taunt? Ooh, wait, hold on. We get a little gassed up today. Up to Mustard to see if he's gonna let that even slide, or is he gonna take one, not just one, but at least 2 stocks to bring it back to where Ness wants to kind of be more comfortable. But unfortunately, it's just been a matter of going in, going out, finding your opportunity to start off, and just getting a lot of straight hits. The back air gonna be starting something off, but can we get the edge guard? Can we get the PK fires? Can we get anything? No catch, but the back throw gonna be taking it. Yes, yeah. Mewtwo is floaty, baby.
He's floaty. He's light. That's yeah. The kill power on both these characters is great, but Mewtwo definitely suffers a lot more from being lighter and much easier to kill, especially with like options like back throw and stuff. I'm interested to see. Mustard so far has only had to play like while he has the advantage.
Yes.
So I'm curious to see how KHam handles having the advantage. If he's able to like mellow out a little bit more and take advantage of the fact that Mustard now has to do something about it, you know.
Yeah, I'm noticing even though KHam is in the whole like stock lead, he is doing a lot of the approaching. Where in usual scenarios, it's up to the person who is in disadvantage to be doing more of the approach, because at this point, it's up to KHam to really just slow it down, play the pace he wants to play at. He doesn't have to approach, but he understands that Mustard just letting him do whatever he wants, gets to disable, gets the smash attack, and brings it to game 3.
Yeah, that's like the age-old trap of this game, you know? Like, you want to play the video game. You really do.
Yeah.
Everyone's here because they want to play the goddamn video game. But, like, you win when you're just like, I'm going to play it a little less than you right now. But, you know, it was fun because KHam didn't really seem to compromise. This was fun. This was, like, cheeky, kind of like, I'm throwing out haymakers over and over. I'll throw in patience a little bit, but I'm dancing. I'm having fun.
Yeah.
So I like that it worked out in that way for him.
I feel like that's just the whole vibe today. Like, it's just to have fun. Listen, you're not VV, you're not Bugs, you're not John Numbers at a waypoint on Tuesday night on a rainy day.
We all need a vacation.
We all need a vacation, and this is their vacation.
Bless their souls.
This is the once every quarter local, regional, however you want to call it, where you get to just play with people within your range, within your level of non-PR, people that aren't goated, people are just kind of like chilling, kind of casual, kind of what they're doing, and this is where you actually get to play the game.
Yeah, it's. I love watching Arcadians more than most tournaments. Like, I love majors. Locals, I don't really watch. Arcadians, I'm like, I gotta see if my favorite 2-2er takes home the gold today.
Or they fold.
Oh yeah, or they completely. And I'm like, how'd you drown in an Arcadian, bro?
But you like get top 16 at like a local. I'm confused.
Yeah, I got my own proclivities about.
Oh, you're right. Wow. Yeah, I do the same exact thing. And speaking of, man, look at the untouched percentage of KHam. Wow. Mustard's at almost 100%, almost kill power from Mewtwo. And KHam is just taking this lead and running with it. Finally, a little bit percentage, but completely dropping it.
He needs to get more out of those. Okay, so let's see. I don't know. That's not the type of advantage state you're usually anticipating from Ness, but goddamn, all of these stocks are going from down smash, like all of them. And I think what that's saying is that Mustard is air dodging into the stage a lot. He's especially like at ledge, he'll like jump, either air dodge in or magnet stall, and just get knocked into that. So it's just, at this point, you got to look at that specifically. Like, maybe the entire game is based on that. We need to see that adaptation from Mustard.
Yeah, I must say, I agree. That whole time we were talking, I was counting how many times Mustard tries to air dodge from his advantage, and it was 2 times in a row, unfortunately. So it may have a little bit of that habit that is being exploited so beautifully by KHam, but Mustard getting the final little hit, finally getting the first stock off of KHam here. But at that 80-ish% mark, you are, of course, Ness, you are susceptible to Mewtwo's kill power. So Mustard's played a little more safely, maybe a little bit less grounded, but a little more floaty, and really weave around Mewtwo's hitboxes.
And honestly, like, I know Mustard. I know he can capitalize better on his advantage state. Like, maybe, I don't know, like, he was whiffing grabs, he was whiffing, another damn air dodge.
Another
He's nervous,
air dodge.
bro. He's nervous.
He's like, I can't fold today. He's so good at the local level, but being paired with people like Mewtwo, a really weird matchup, maybe making him shaking his boots a little bit. Great reflect, I want to say, from KHam, who has been using it way more often in this matchup. That makes Ness a little bit more manageable to deal with.
Yeah. I'm seeing maybe there's some good SDI going on from KHam too. I've seen him pop out of these out of the top of these PK fires and like mashing side B so he could start the reflector going. Okay,
Oh,
is back throw going
big.
to take it? Not quite.
Not quite. Wasn't quite far enough against the ledge to actually make it. Try going for the up smash 2-frame, but not going to be able to get that either. Allowing KHam to live a little bit longer than expected. Big forward air going to be poking, and then the back throw to boot. Finally, we're pretty much even in game 3.
All right, yeah. Okay. We got a little bit more momentum. And I'm biased. I love Mustard. I want to see him pull it together. I know I can envision like the sweat he's feeling right now. He's an adrenalized player too. Like he's sitting there. He takes a deep breath because he needs to after each set, like stock and everything. So I'm like, I know you got the nerves, bro, but I also know you got the skill in there to make this happen.
I like that he is starting to kind of lock it a little more, finding where KHam is, you know, faltering a little bit as a player, playing a little more spaced out, utilizing those PK fires, utilizing that forward air or that back air whenever applicable. This is kind of where Mustard is going to be able to do so. The air dodge that time not going to get punished. The rapid jab going to be able to poke the shield, and Mustard is not going to get forward smash and does not get disabled, but no tech chase!
No punish there. Damn. Okay, so things that Mustard's doing a little bit better now. He's staying a little bit more grounded. He's not like burning his double jump willy-nilly, and he's spacing fairs. Damn, he's able to hit those every time. That must be such an easy window on Ness.
I mean, that big old head. That's
a damn noggin.
That's a noggin.
You got
that
a noggin
man
as big as a damn bus.
No, for real. Like, let's talk about it. Ness has a humongous hitbox. But I mean, the change in KHam from game 1 to game 3 is so nice to see in such quick succession, because only having up to 3 games, sometimes only 2, to adapt to a certain playstyle,